Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. In today's video, we'll be making this beautiful, fanciful shirt for kids. The measurements I got is for a 6 to 7 year old child. And so that's the fabric we'll be needing, and these are the tools we'll be using to work on the pattern. It's going to be a pattern drafting tutorials. And then here's my marker that will be needed, and the measurements that will be required are the waist measurement, your hip measurement, the length of the shirt, your body rise, the crotch length, which will be gotten from our hip measurements. As we go on, I'll tell you how it is being gotten. So here I'm taking my usual 1 inch I normally take before beginning my marking out my measurement. And here, since it's a shirt or a trouser, if you're doing a trouser, I usually go in by 1.5 before going ahead to take the measurement. So here I'm marking out the length of the shirt, which is 15, and there the body rise, which is 5, and the crotch length, which is 6.5. That crotch length is usually gotten by dividing your hip circumference measurement by 4. And then I'll just rule out the points which I have made. I want to thank all those who have been able to subscribe to this channel, and those who are yet to subscribe, please do try and subscribe. It will go a long way for me. And for those who have been liking the videos I had made, thank you so much for that. It will go a long way for me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. You'll get beautiful videos every time I make new videos, and try to click on your notification bell so that you can get notified when a new video is made. Here I've divided my waist by 4, and then I'll mark it out up to the crotch length and rule a straight line there. So afterwards, we are going to mark out our crotch extension. This crotch extension is not the same with the crotch extension we'll be doing at the back. So for the front crotch extension, usually just like I did for the adult when I was doing a shirt for an adult, this can be applicable even if you're doing a trouser. For the front crotch extension, we divide the hip by 20. All right, and the back we divide it by 10. So here, after dividing my hip by 20, I had 1.3. So that's what I marked from the straight line I marked. And at my crotch, at the body rise, I came out by 0.2. That 0.2 will help me have a good curve. Then I'll blend it so you can see how I place the curve. It will help you to have a good curve, and you don't have all those smile lines on your crotch when you do follow this procedure, the instructions that I'm giving right now. So I came out, remember, I came out by the crotch extension I had, and then at the body rise, whether for adults or for children, you just come out by 0.2. So now the circumference of the length of the shot I'm taking is around, what I'm taking is around, I don't want it tight for the child, so I'll make sure I take what I know that will be free. When you measure it, you add a few measurements to what you have measured. You can take like 7 or 6 depending on how free you want it to be. And then that's what I'm doing, and then you join the lines. Initially, I would have loved to use this my hip curve, But then I'll just go ahead and use, say, I'll try to give it we do use the hip curve, but then I don't want it tight at all on the child, as in not the bum, not the butt side, just from the lap. I just want it free, so I'm going with a straight ruler instead of that curve. So I'm joining my points there, and then we'll come to the waist to do all that is necessary. So at the waist measurement, I would divide my waist circumference by, I'll divide it by, I'll divide the circumference by 4. And when you do that, we had like 5.5 at the waist. I'm not putting any dart to this. If I was to put a dart to the short, I would have added my 1 inch for that. But this, I am taking just my waist measurement, which is 5.5. Normally it was 22, so I divided it by 4, and I got 5.5. And here I came down by 0.5 just to make the trouser, to give it a good fit at the waist, and up there at the side front I came up by 0.5, and then I'll just join the 2 points together. So that is all. It is simple, it is easy, and you have a very beautiful shirt after this. And you can also use this to make a trouser, like just extend to whatever length you want to. Here's just the allowance I'm putting. If you know you have washed up to this extent, please do subscribe to this channel, like the video, hit your notification button so that whenever I upload a new video, you're going to get one as soon as you can. Thank you. So now, this this pattern I've drafted, I'm going to use it to get my back my back my back pattern. I'll be tracing it out, using my tracing wheel to trace it out. That's why I say it can be done as well with a free hand, because after doing this, you just extend the point, add up what you're supposed to add up, and get the back from there. You get a lovely shirt without any, or trouser, when you use this method, even for adults. You can watch the shot I made for adult, and if you make a trouser with that, sorry about that, if you make a trouser with it, you'll still have it beautifully made. So I'm pinning up what I made on another pattern paper, or the extra pattern paper I got from the other one. And here is it's a carton I'm using. I don't have a tracing mat, so I'm using a carton to enable whatever I'm tracing to appear on that new sheet of brown paper. This is another way you can try it out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And here's my tracing wheel, and I'm beginning to trace out what I'm going to be needing. So I'll trace out all the lines, including the allowance I've kept, so that I wouldn't have to add allowance again to the back. You'll see how it's being done, all right? It's easy. After this, you'll see that your trouser will have a very beautiful fit, or your short, whatever you're doing. And if you're to do a free shot, you can do it this way, but the butts, as in, will be tight. If that's what you want, you still have it tight, at the butt belt down there to be free. And you can also use this method for a trouser. Please subscribe to this channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell for more videos that will be uploaded on this channel. And so I'm done tracing out what I'm doing, what I was tracing out. And now I'll cut out my front pattern, and that's over with the front pattern. We'll start dealing with the back. Here, this is what it will look like, after bending the allowance in. You won't be able to see, I don't think you can see the traced thing I did. So now I'm going to use my marker to trace it out so that you can see. Then after that, we'll begin to manipulate the back, and then to draft out the back pattern from what we had gotten from the front. So here at the back, we'll come in by 0.5 from that straight line we had at the front. You come in by 0.5, but for an adult, you come in by 1 inch. And up here, we'll come in by 1 inch for an adult or somebody. For an adult, you can come in by 1.5, or if the adult has a big butt, you can still come in by 1.5, but when you're going up, because the back is higher than the front at the center back, you go up by 1, or I'm going to go up by, let me say, by 1.3. But for an adult, you go up by 1.5, depending on the person's hip. If the person has a bigger butt, you go up by 2, like 45, 46, and thereabout. 48, you can come out, even 50, come up by 2. Here, I came up by 1.3 and added my allowance, because at the side front I had already added my allowance at the waist, so every part of it. So I'm adding my 0.5 there so that I can just blend with the front, so I wouldn't need to keep my allowance at the waist again. But remember, note your straight line so that when you're going up by that value, like by the 1.3, you know that we have like 3 lines there at the waist. The one we slanted, as in, and our straight normal first waist line we had before, going down at the center front and coming up at the side front. So you go up at that straight line ahead there where I'm pointing at. Yes, there. Then I came up by 1.3 and I added my 0.5 allowance. I hope you understand. So now what I'm going to do is to join the point, and I would keep my 1 inch allowance thereafter. So that is it. Yeah, come up by 1.5 and join the point. So right now I'll join the point to where my waistline is. Then that's my 1 inch allowance. Please don't forget, remember that where you stopped you didn't include, so you will just extend. Like now you have seen I've extended all the lines. So at the waistline I extended it so that now when I add my 1 inch allowance, it's off. It's not the same way, it's not at the same point where the front is, because I came in. Then here at the side you have to add 0.5 on all sides of the back, right? Because we are making the back is bigger than the front because of the butt. And even at the center back, we're going to add 0.5 as well on all the points. So now let's talk about the crotch. The crotch is at the back is 2.6 when we divide by 10. So you place your tape at that point you came in by 0.5. That's where you place your tape. At that point, yeah, that's where you place your tape to mark out your 2.6 or whatever you get when you measure out your own measurement, or whoever measurement you're to take. From that point, I came in by 0.5. That's why I came out. That's why I placed my tape. And at that point, at my body rise, yeah, that's where I will still come up. I'll still come out by 0.2 as I did at the front. I hope you understand. So just take your time at this point. Just take your time to get this point and you would not have problems at all. So just the same way I did at the front, I came out too at the back by 0.2 so that I can get a good curve. And now join the points together. I'll come out by 0. I'm trying to explain all over again so that I'm making sure you're seeing the points so that you can get it. Because now when I trace the point to meet the other point, since there are many lines there, you may not understand. That's why I'm showing you all over again. And I'm not using a different marker. Maybe next time or so I would have to use a different color of marker so that you can be able to distinguish between the back and the front. So that's the curve there. I try to asterisk the front. We don't have anything to do with the front anymore. Now we are dealing with the back. So that line there, I'm emphasizing so that you can see it. That line is that of the crotch extension at the back. That's the crotch curve at the back, okay? And so we are done with the back. Okay, right now we're going to join our crotch. We'll join the crotch to what we have marked. But remember, we came out by 0.5 to make it bigger. So supposing there was no allowance, that's the 0.5 line, the allowance I kept initially for the front. Supposing we did not put allowance, I would have come out by that 0.5, okay, to make the back bigger. So that's where I blended. You blend it to what you came out by, as in at your crotch extension. So what now I'm trying to do is the allowance I'm adding. I'm put in at the back, at the center back. Okay. First up, I extended it. I came out by 0.5. Coming out, I mean that point I put allowance. Supposing I didn't put that allowance, I would have just added 0.5, blended it before keeping allowance. I told you at the back, normally we add 0.5 on the side, on each side, as in extend by 0.5 to make it bigger than the front. Okay. And now I'll just mark it out, because at the side as well I added 0.5. That 1 inch, supposing there was no 1 inch allowance at the side, after adding 0.5 at the side for the back pattern, I'm going to put 1 inch as my allowance. But this one, I already kept that 1 inch there. I chased it out. And so that's why I just added the 0.5, which I'm meant to add at the side. Okay. Now I'm putting my allowance at the center back where we have the crotch. So, and I'll make sure, sorry about that, I'll make sure I also keep the allowance at the side. Okay, I've done that now. Sorry. I'm going to join the points. Remember my 1 inch allowance, it's kept at the waist. Because I just measured from the waist to where it is 5.5. So you just remember to keep your 1 inch at the side too, because 1 inch is kept at the side of the waist, as in at the front we kept 1 inch. Okay, I hope you get it. So this is it. I'm trying to take my time, because I know trouser or shorts, however, they're the same thing anyways. It's just the length is always giving issues. People are always finding it difficult. Even initially, I used to find it difficult to get it, but I kept trying different ways, and I saw that this one was okay for me. So I guess it will be okay for you. Just keep trying it out and you get better at it. So this is my back. You can see that the back is bigger than the front. So these are my pattern, the back and the front. I have to label it so that I would know. So now we'll be cutting out the fabric. We are done already. We'll be cutting out the fabric, and then we'll go to the sewing machine. Remember to subscribe, remember to like, and click on the notification bell. All right. I appreciate a lot of you guys that have subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. I am glad. I am happy. At least I know that I'm passing down a good message, as in the videos are okay, since I'm getting positive response. And you can also, if you have questions on this, you can also put it down and I'll answer the questions. Thank you. So here I'm putting the pieces together. I'm starting with the front. I'll join it. What I'm starting with the front is I want to join it and use it to cut that wrap at the front. So I'll do this and I'll go to the cutting table and cut out that part. We'll have to cut it together, and I'll we'll iron that place and notch the curve down there. But I want to go and cut that wrap. So I'll use this front to cut it down. So it's just the fabric I folded into two. I did that because I want to use use the fabric itself to turn it, okay? If you don't want to use the fabric, you can use a lining to turn it. Or you can do it that way, but using the fabric to turn it gives it a good finishing, okay? So here, I just placed it and traced out that edge to look similar to the side front. Then I'll give it the curve I would like it to be like. You can give it whatever curve you want to. Maybe like you can go as much as giving it like maybe a curve that looks like a W. It depends on how creative you want to be with it. Let's say I'm just going just like a curve down to where I have that thing that looks like I tied it down. That's okay. I'll just say just like that and place it that way. It will be like that. So now I'm trying to put that piece together. I'll put it together and I'll iron it and I'll sew it and I'll now put it. I'll have to add it to the front and you see, place it at the front and join it with the front so you see what it looks like. Okay. So here, I hope you have gotten one or two things from this video because that's the aim actually, for you to get something right. So I'll iron it and we'll continue. I'll iron both. I've not ironed it yet. I'll iron both of it and then we'll put a band, fix the band before, you know, before joining this to this, okay? Please like and subscribe to this channel. Like the video, click on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I have a new video. So here it is. Here they are. I'm done ironing. I joined the back as well, just like I did for the front, and then add ironed. Here's my band. I'm going to join the band in pieces, like I'll join the front to the front and the back to the back. I don't want to, because of that piece I'm joining, I don't want to do it all together, as in joining the back to the front before fixing the band. I'll do it separately. So I'll just sew it straight and weave the waist, weave that part of it, put the rough edges, I'll weave it down after joining it. You can fix the waistband the other way, any which way. So after fixing this, we'll place the wrap and you see how it looks like, and then we'll sew. Trying to make sure I arrange it, put it together where it's supposed to be. I'll pin it up just there because I'll just have to make a straight stitch to make it as one piece at the side. Then I'll just sew. So here I'm sewing it to the front piece of the shirt. So here we go. I'll have to attach that little loop before going ahead to join the back to the front. Okay, so here's the loop. I'm trying to fix the rough edges inside, sewing off the sides, and then this is what we have. So here I'm making sure to see how much I'll fix inside, as in sew in, so that the wrap can pass through that point. And I want it a little tight at that point so that it will give this look I'm willing to have it give. So I'll just fix it in and drag, and then we'll join the back. Short this video, it doesn't take time anyway. The making of the pattern and sewing, it wouldn't take any much time. It's just that here I'm trying to teach, I'm trying to show you what to do. But this beautiful short wouldn't take you much, wouldn't take much of your time. Okay, now we're done with the front part of the shirt. I'm going to carry the back. The back I've already joined it, as in the crotch part of it, and I've joined the band as well. I'll just place it on the front and then I'll sew. the short, the back and the front, and then I'll show you the finished look of the short. So this is what it looks like, but my little mother will wear it and you see how it will look on her. Thanks for sticking to the end. Hope you loved the video. See you in my next video.